All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next Dear Earth Teachings Live this Friday. So happy to be with you all again. And of course, I'm here every Friday. It is actually going to be back at 12 p.m. Pacific. In the past, I've been doing it at 11 a.m. Pacific, but it's going to be going back to the 12 p.m. hour from this point forward. So I hope everybody is doing well today. We are going to be doing some healing requests. So for those of you who do have healing requests, you can feel free to write it out on the live chat if it's for you or if it's for somebody else. Just a single request, right? Just making sure it's just one request. Again, I'm still doing private sessions through newearthteachings.com, and you can go ahead and check that out, whether you want a session with me or whether you want a session with Adronis, Akashic body scan, EQ method. It's all there for you to check out, again, at newearthteachings.com. So we're going to go ahead and start off with some announcements, and then we'll be getting into the webcast today. So again, in the meantime, if you guys want to prepare your Q&A, that will be later. That'll be in the second half of today's webcast. And of course, the webcasts are 1 hour long. So we'll start off with the first announcement here. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing, apparel, and accessories imbued with spirit source energy to heal, rejuvenate, detoxify, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com. Okay, so again, go to healingcodeshop.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/healingcodeshop. We are doing a giveaway of 2 Healing Code t-shirts, so I'll be announcing the 2 winners of it at the end of the month, the end of September. The very last New Earth Teachings webcast of the month will be the announcement of those 2 winners. Also, the children's line of clothing is now available on healingcodeshop.com. All right, so now I have the kids' Healing Code apparel that is available as well. It looks really, really amazing, and you can go ahead and check that out. For those of you who have kids, you want to put the healing codes on them, well, there you go. You can now do so. And again, it's on healingcodeshop.com. There's quite a few different varieties of, again, apparel and accessories to check out. So again, it's building. It's getting bigger. I am going to be looking to get in like the bed and bath going as well too for the Healing Code shop, right? So you have bed sheets that will have healing codes on them. You'll have pillows that will have healing codes on them. You'll have blankets that will have healing codes on them. Probably do some bath stuff as well too. So I'm looking to expand. I'm getting a lot more going with the Healing Code shop. It is so brand spanking new. So there's a lot of new stuff that's going to be coming onto Healing Code shop very soon. On September 15th, I will be unveiling the Healing Code Youth Body shirt as well too. It'll be called Youthify. It's the Youthify theme, and it's basically the youth body. So there's going to be a lot more codes in the Youthify theme than what I have for the free Divine Youth Body symbol that you guys may see on my YouTube channel, right, with the youth body symbol. That one is kind of like the lighter version, but the much more in-depth version of working with the youth body is going to be in the Healing Code shop, one of the new shirts that is going to come out in mid-September. Okay, so that's going to be really cool. Also with the Mind Deck, the Healing Code Cards Mind Deck, that is going to be coming out here October 9th. And let me put up that announcement as well. All right. So the healingcodecards.com. Again, you can go on amazon.ca, amazon.com. You can grab the Healing Code cards there as well. For international customers, just go to healingcodecards.com. The Mind Deck will be ready on October 9th. Okay. And there's also a Healing Code Youth Body within the Mind Deck as well too. So we got 36 cards. 3 of them are, again, amplifiers. But there are 33 new cards that are in the Mind Deck, and I am really looking forward to rolling them out because we're going to work hand in hand with the Body Deck. So you'll have the Body Deck and the Mind Deck, and there will also be special discounts where people can actually purchase the Body Deck and the Mind Deck together at a discount price. So again, October 9th will be the Healing Code Cards Mind Deck will be coming out. All right, and it's going to be starting off in a digital version at first. Because I am raising money to get the cards printed, and it costs quite a bit of money. So this is again why I'm doing the webinars with Adronis, because that's helping to put the piggy bank together to purchase that, and of course with the digital purchases of the Mind Deck as well too. This will also help in getting the mind deck printed, so we can get that on Amazon as well too, and you guys can enjoy a physical copy of it. All right, so I think that is all the announcements. So I will go ahead and, again, welcome all the viewers on the live chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Hello, Karen and Terry, Devera, Drusilla, Silva, Rainbow Sun 777, Aga, cool games for you. Very cool. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and get rolling. I think I got all the announcements out of the way. I'm always trying to remember. Was there something else I was supposed to say? No, I think we're good. I think we're good in that department. So, yes, so if you guys do have healing requests for yourself or for another, again, you can feel free to place those healing requests on. We do have one healing request already, so I'm going to go ahead and get to that person. But before we get to that, we're going to just do our grounded meditation, as we usually do on the Friday webcasts. So let's go ahead and move ourselves into a relaxed, comfortable posture, making sure the body is free of any tension. Okay. And we're going to go in. Hey guys, I got the Healing Code shirt online, on here right, online and on me right now. So doesn't it look great? Looks amazing, right? And it feels good too. If you guys have the Healing Code shirts, if you've already put them on and you love them, please drop me an email. Okay, I'd love to get testimonials up. Testimonials helps to get the word out about the Healing Code shop, about the Healing Code shirts, the apparel, the accessories, right? So if you guys already have a shirt, maybe you're wearing a shirt right now, good for you. It's awesome. And you really love them, please drop me an email. Okay, it's info@newearthteachings.org. Okay, and just drop me an email and say, hey, Brad, I love the shirt. Here's what it's been doing for me. Great. Now I can put that up on the site as a testimonial. Okay, more testimonials, the more we get out there. The Healing Code cards are really doing well as well too. We're getting a lot more feedback from the Amazon customers as well too. So super happy. I'm great. I'm glad people are using it, because I create these things to really help you guys out on the next level, because it is all spirit energy. It is all spirit light that is contained inside the cards. It's contained inside the shirts, the apparel, right? And you guys are using it, and it's going to help to build you up a lot more and connect you a lot more deeper to spirit energy. That's exactly why these are made. Okay, anyways, so let's go ahead, get ourselves nice and comfortable, placing our hands upon the center of our chest, and we're just going to take a couple deep breaths in and out here. Okay, inhale, exhale, and once again, inhale, exhale, and one more time, inhale, and exhale. Okay, just relaxing and breathing normally. And now we're just going to bring our focus and awareness down to the base of the spine, okay? And we're going to feel those black etheric roots coming out through the base of the spine and flowing down the legs, going all the way down to the bottom of the feet, feeling the bottom of the feet opening up and bringing those black etheric roots deeply into the earth. And just feel free to go as deeply as you would like into the earth. Okay, we're going to feel all of that brown energy of the earth coming up through the roots and connecting directly to the feet, moving that brown energy all the way up and connecting directly to the base of the spine. And now we're going to be working with the chakra centers. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the base chakra, colored red, tomato red, all right? And just imagining that red color in your mind right now, and you're just taking your finger and you're just going to start swirling that counterclockwise 7 times. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Moving up now into the navel chakra, colored orange, like an orange peel. Okay? Seeing that color in your mind, we're going to swirl it 7 times counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Moving up now into the solar plexus chakra, yellow, like a lemon peel, counterclockwise 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Moving up now into the heart chakra, colored green, like grass. Okay, counterclockwise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Moving up now into the throat, colored aquamarine, sky blue. Counterclockwise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Moving up now to the third eye chakra, ocean blue. Counterclockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And moving up now to the crown chakra, colored violet. Counterclockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, bringing your awareness down to the belly, taking a deep breath in, right up to the top of the head. Exhale, feeling the rainbow light of the chakras cascading down the body like a fountain, going all the way down to the bottom of the feet and moving upwards into the perineum. And now right at the navel, feeling the toroidal field expanding outwards. Top of the toroidal field just above the head, bottom of the toroidal field just below the feet. And just feeling it now, expanding and moving in a counterclockwise direction, softly, subtly, and slowly. And now opening up your heart, feeling your heart just opening up and feeling white spirit light coming out. And now just magnetizing that white spirit light directly to the toroidal field. Okay, the toroidal field is now being saturated with all of this white spirit light coming from within your heart. Okay, and now that the spirit light is embedded within the toroidal field, you can call upon that spirit light. Okay, so again, I've given examples in the past. Like I said, if you have bad shoulders, for example, and there's a lot of aches and pain there, right? You're calling upon the spirit light. Say, join with my hands, and just give it a rub, right? 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing with the other shoulder, okay? Give it a rub, give it a brushing off, okay? And you're just telling spirit as that's happening, just to clear out all of that debris, send it back into purity and into perfection, okay? And spirit will do the job for you, all right? Okay, so we're getting a lot more comments on the live chat. That's great to see. So everybody, we can just come back into the present moment if you're still in a meditative state, all right? All right, and we'll start off from the top of the chat. That's where I usually like to begin. And we'll look at for some healing requests. So like I said, if you have one for yourself, just a single request, or for another, I'll be looking down the list here as well. Devora says, healing requests, neck and shoulders, so much misalignment and pain tightness. Thank you, dear soul. Okay, so we're kind of looking around the middle between where the neck and the shoulders meet. Okay, and that'll be kind of like the one spot that we're going to focus on today. So thank you for your sharing there, Devora. So Devora, right now, I just want you to take your hands, placing it upon the center of your chest, imagining black etheric roots coming out through both hands, placing it upon the center of your chest, and now just moving those black etheric roots around the area between the neck and the shoulders, okay? Just feeling those black roots wrapping around that area entirely. And I want you to see black liquid all around the neck and all around the shoulders, okay? Wherever that tension is, the misalignment, the pain, okay? And that's just represented as black liquid. That's all we do with the black liquid. The black liquid is kind of like a tarry liquid. It's pretty thick in that way, right? And we're just using that visual as a means to help collect a lot of that energy. But before we collect it, we firstly want to be apologetic to the body, right? We're giving the apologetic affirmation. Like I said, the more humble you are toward your body, the greater the forgiveness that comes, and the more that your body is going to cooperate with you and work together with you, okay? So we're doing that apologetic affirmation. I apologize to my body for neglecting this pain, for neglecting this misalignment and tightness that has been in my body for quite some time. I ask for my body's forgiveness and for my body's assistance to help completely alleviate and purify this area altogether. All right? I love you, body. Thank you very much. Okay? So now that we have done that, we've done that sincere, apologetic affirmation. Now the body is going to work with you. Okay, so Devora, I want you to imagine that all of that black liquid is now being sucked up, absorbed through the black etheric roots, and it's coming into your hands. Okay, so all of that black liquid is moving through the body, and it's collecting directly into both hands, into the palm chakra, as we can say. Okay, so I'll give you a moment as you do that now. Okay, And now that is all collected in their hands, I will go ahead and connect with Spirit, and we will clear that debris out. I command God's Spirit Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid debris contained inside Devorah's hands from her neck and her shoulders, lifting all of that energy up out of her body, putting it up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality. Apply. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, so Devorah, the next step will be up to you. Is bringing love energy into that area. So now that we've cleared out that debris, we want to bring in love energy, okay? So you want to think positive, you want positive thoughts, you want loving intent. Connect to the spirit light that's contained inside your toroidal field and saying, Spirit, I love you. Fill my entire neck and shoulder area with loving light, with pure energy, with perfection, okay? And you're going to feel all that energy just coming in as you just slowly take deep breaths in, deep breaths out. So when you're rejuvenating yourself with your love energy, that's going to be your task, okay? I'm just working with Spirit to clear all that debris out. Now that that debris is out, your task will now come in to filling it with love energy, okay? So work with the Spirit energy in your toroidal field. Be sincere, offer goodness, and let that goodness come into your body to substitute all of that debris that was once there, okay? And you'll feel amazing afterwards, okay? Take it from me. Done this myself. Take it from many other people who have been on here who have received it. It feels amazing. So when something feels amazing, guys, what do? We keep feeling the amazing. We encourage ourselves to feel the amazing, right? We want to replace lack with love. All right? Thank you, Devorah. Okay. I love you guys. Love you guys too. Hello, Brooke from Arizona. Great. Okay, here's one from Robin Adams. Robin says, Brad, help me heal a headache I've had all week. Oh, those headaches. I know. Okay, Robin, certainly. No problem. All right. So let's take our hands upon the center of our chest. Okay, etheric roots coming out. Wrapping those etheric roots all around the area of the brain. Okay, so the entire area of the brain should be covered in these black etheric roots. All right, so the frontal lobe, top, sides, back, inside the brain as well too, is just covered with these black etheric roots. All right, so what do? We do the apologetic affirmation. Okay, I apologize to my body for being negligent regarding this headache. I ask for my body's forgiveness and assistance to help clearing this headache and bringing my body back into pure states of bliss and happiness. I love you. Okay, so once we do that, we're seeing the black liquid around the brain, right? You may see it, maybe it's a frontal lobe headache or wherever it is, doesn't matter. We're just sucking up, absorbing all of that black, tarry, liquid energy, and that is now coming into the hands, okay? So the hands are collecting all of that black liquid. All right, so I'll give you a moment now, Robin, to go ahead and do that. Okay, so Robin, now that you have gone ahead and done that, put all the black liquid into your hands. We'll go ahead now and connect with Spirit. I command God's Spirit Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid dense energy contained within Robin's hands from her headache, lifting all of that energy up out of her body, putting it up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality. Apply. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. All right. So Robin, again, your task will now be to work with Spirit Light, to work with your love energy, and fill the entire brain with all of that love energy. Okay, so we're putting love energy in its place as we start to feel that alleviation. So, oh my goodness, the headache is feeling lighter and lighter and lighter, and now it's gone. It's kind of like what's happening. It's like all of this energy is just being taken out of the body, and now fresh loving energy can come together in its place. Okay, so work with the toroidal field, work with the Spirit Light, put that love energy into the brain. All right, and just good thoughts, loving intentions, work with Spirit, tell Spirit how much you love Spirit, right? So we're always saying, thank you, Spirit, thank you so much for helping me out. Thank you so much for clearing the body. I love you eternally, forever and ever. Okay, thank you very much, Robin. Okay, let's move on down the list here. Okay, here's one from Rainbow Sun 777. I love the name. Healing request, assistance with releasing that which no longer serves my highest good and is toxic. Okay, so no longer serves your highest good. Well, that could take a while, Rainbow Sun, because, a lot of us do have a lot of toxic energy within ourselves. So I think what we'll do, Rainbow Sun, is we'll do an aura clearing with you, okay? Let's clear out the aura. Let's clear out negative thought forms. Let's clear out emotional entanglements in the aura, okay? So let's go ahead and do that now. You want to place your hands upon the center of your chest, right? Feeling the etheric roots, and the etheric roots are now going to stretch out to the aura, okay? So just imagining this rainbow light, this rainbow field all around you, okay? And you're kind of noticing these black spots, these black bits around the aura, okay? And that's kind of like the black liquid. And this comes from harsh thought forms. This comes from heavy emotional attachments and so forth, stagnancy within the aura, okay? So it's kind of like we're branching out the black etheric roots like a tree, right? And it's going specifically into these black spots. Now, if you're not able to see the black spots, you just tell the etheric roots connect to the black liquid debris in my aura, okay? That represents heavy thought forms, heavy emotional entanglements, okay? And we're just connecting all of that, right? And we can call it toxins as too if you want, right? Any aura toxins, any aura stagnant energy through these thought forms and emotional entanglements, okay? So we're just feeling that within your field, Rainbow Sun, okay? And just feeling all of those black etheric roots connecting to that. Now, we want to apologize to our aura, okay? So again, we're doing the apologetic affirmation. I apologize to my aura, I apologize to my body for being negligent with these toxins, with these stagnant debris contained inside my aura. I ask for my body's forgiveness, I ask for my aura's forgiveness, as well as its assistance in helping to clear out all debris that does not belong within my energy field. All right? And so it is. Okay? So now, with our hands upon the center of our chest, we're feeling all of that energy coming and collecting directly into our hands. Okay? So Rainbow Sun, I'll just give you a moment as you feel all of that energy collecting into your hands here and now. Oh, and your name is Jana. Jana. Okay, I'll use Jana. That's where I saw your name there. Thank you, Jana. Okay. Okay, so now that you have gone ahead and done that, Jana, I will go ahead and connect with Spirit. I command God's Spirit Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid dense energy contained within Jana's hands from her aura, from the toxicity of heavy thought forms and emotional entanglements and any other forms of toxicity contained within her aura. Lifting all of that energy up out of her body, out of her aura, up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality. Apply. Okay. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, so Jana, I'd like you to work with the toroidal field, okay, and the spirit light, all right, and just tell spirit light, right, with sincere love to fill your entire aura with that white spirit light, okay, and that's bringing in the love energy, and as that starts to fill into the aura, it will come into the areas appropriate within the body as well too, all right, love to spirit, love to God, right, infinite love, infinite blessings, infinite compassion to spirit. Okay, thank you very much. All right, so then we're gonna do about 2 more, guys, and we're gonna get into Q&A with myself and Adronis. So if you guys do have Q&A, you can start to prepare those questions as well. Okay, so here's from Love Movement. Love Movement says, Brad, my mother has a very strong cancer in her bones, and it has gotten worse lately. My family and I are afraid she might not make it. We need your help. Please, everyone else, help out too. Yes, I would agree with that as well too. So everybody else can join in as well too, right? Just connecting through spirit for Love Movement's mother. Okay, so I just refer to her as that. So Love Movement, this is where you're going to be the medium, okay? Because this is a request for somebody else. So Love Movement, what I'd like you to do right now is just close your eyes. All right, and I just want you to imagine a holographic impression of your mother just laying down like on a bed, okay? And as she's laying down on a bed, I just want you to place your hands upon the center of her chest, okay? As you're placing your hands upon the center of your chest, you're feeling these etheric roots coming out, and they're connecting into the entire skeleton of her body, okay? So we're going to work with connecting the etheric roots directly into the skeletal structure of your mother's body, okay? And my feeling is that this may actually be right in the bone marrow as well too, right? So you want to get right into the bone marrow, right? And if you cannot visualize, just tell the etheric roots within your hands, go deeply into my mother's bone marrow, okay? And the entire body, right? Top of the head, all the way down to the bottom of the feet. So the entire skeletal structure of your mother's body is covered with these black etheric roots, okay? And love movement, you are now just asking your mother if it's okay that you can do a healing on her. I'm already getting that it's going to be okay, but you can go ahead and ask all together, right? We're just going to proceed as if the answer is yes, all right? And so now I just want you to go ahead and just feel the inside of your mother's bones, okay? And you'll see black liquid coming right into the bone marrow of your mother's body, okay? And everybody else, you can do this as well too. You can feel like you're connecting with love movement and her mother as well too. So it's kind of like you're just there in the room with her in the space. And you can also do the same thing, okay? You're just putting your energy in there and you're kind of being the support factor, right? So you're kind of like holding on to love movement and you're holding on to her mother. And again, your love energy is aiding love movement because she's being the medium for this healing, okay? So as that is happening, and love movement, I just want you to feel your hands now being filled up with the black liquid energy coming from your mother's bones, okay? So all of that black liquid energy is coming directly into your hands, okay? So every part of the skeleton, all right? Every part of the bone marrow that has black liquid, all of that black liquid is now coming into your hands, love movement, okay? And I'll give you a moment to do that now. Okay, so I will now go ahead and connect with Spirit. I command God's Spirit light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid dense energy contained within Love Movement's hands from her mother's body, clearing away all cancerous energy, all black liquid dense energy from her mother's body, lifting all of that energy up out of her mother's body, out of Love Movement's hands, putting it up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality. Apply. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, so Love Movement and everybody else here as well too. You can shower Love Movement's mother now with just that pure spirit light, right? So go into your toroidal fields, feel the white spirit light there, and sending it to Love Movement and to her mother as well too. Okay, and that's bringing in the love energy. Love Movement, I would also like you to talk to your mom about this, okay? You said her name is Flaminia Corcos, okay? So for Flaminia, I'd like you to talk to her about this and let her know that a healing has been done. I would like her to do a lot of deep prayer to God, okay? I'd like her to do a lot of deep prayer to God and to work with God's Spirit and to put a lot of that energy in. And there should be a rule as well too, that whenever you're talking to your mother and whenever your mother is talking to anybody else, it's only positive news, okay? It's only positive energy. You are giving so much positivity. You're giving laughter. You're giving joy. You're giving happiness, okay? That's a rule. So let's make that happen. Love, happiness, joy, and bliss, okay? That's what needs to be in your mother's company more than anything else, all right? So blessings to you and blessings to your mother, and may she be well. Thank you. Okay. So, Samar, I've actually just talked to you today about the influenza that you have, right? So you're using the healing code cards for that. So I'm hoping that is working very, very well for you. But yes, we'll do a healing request on the influenza. So, Samar, what I'd like you to do right now, place your hands upon the center of your chest. Okay, pulling out the etheric roots, putting that and wrapping it around your lungs. And I'd like you to go up around the throat as well too, okay? Throat and lungs all together. Now again, don't be panicking, guys, if you have influenza, right? If you have common cold, it doesn't mean it's going to be coronavirus, regardless of what the media tells you, okay? Those are false positives. Sometimes there's just a common cold that you do get, right? Sometimes it is influenza. Sometimes it is seasonal flu, right? It does not always mean it's going to be COVID. And COVID is not as deadly as something that, the media makes it out to be. There's a 99% survival rate, okay? Probably even higher than that. Okay, so Samar, with all of those etheric roots in your lungs and around the throat as well too, firstly, you're going to be apologetic. Okay, apologetic affirmation to your body. Okay, I apologize to my body for being neglectful. Okay, if my immune system is down, I want to make sure I'm building up my immune system again as well too. Okay, there's a free card on the Healing Code Cards website that is all about immune enhancer. Okay, that will build up your immune system, and that too is an important card to work with. So again, in the meantime, we're just putting all those black etheric roots in. We're apologizing to the body. I apologize for being neglectful. I ask for my body's forgiveness and for its assistance to clear away the influenza contained within my lungs and around the area of my throat as well too. Okay, so now the body is ready to work with you, taking all of that black liquid energy in the lungs and maybe some area around the throat as well too, and just collecting that through the etheric roots and putting that directly into your hands, letting that be all collected. Okay, and I'll give you a moment to do that now. Okay, and after this question, guys, we're going to be going into Q&A, okay? Okay, so Samar, now that you have done that, I will go ahead and connect with Spirit. I command God's Spirit Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid dense energy contained within Samar's hands, from his lungs, from his throat, through the idea of the influenza, lifting all of that energy up out of his body, putting up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality. Apply. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. So again, Samar, next step is up to you, okay? Encouragement, love, positivity, okay? Compassion, joy, working with the spirit light in your toroidal field, bringing that in, okay? Giving love to God. Thank you, God. Love you, God. Love you with all that I am, right? And putting all of that energy into yourself and just feeling that love energy coating you, okay, guys? BCR technique, right? Are you guys, or every single one of you that's watching this right now, have you done the BCR technique? Yes, no, maybe? Okay, if the answer is no, go to my YouTube channel. Okay, just go to my main YouTube page. One of the playlists on my YouTube channel page is one of the new recommended viewings. And the very first video there is the BCR technique. Okay, BCR and TC technique. That is a great technique to use to build up the love energy, okay, guys? This is not airy-fairy metaphysical nonsense, okay? When you're working with the love energy, guess what's going to happen? Your immune system is going to build. Your vitality energy is going to skyrocket. Your organs are going to be replenished, are going to be rejuvenated, right? Your blood circulation is going to improve. All of the debris in your body is going to clear away, okay? So what you're doing is you're perfecting yourself with love energy, and love energy is the only thing that can do this. As good as diet is, and as good as exercise is, it cannot perfect your body, okay? The only thing that's ever going to perfect your body is love energy. So let's make sure we're using that, okay? There's a reason why I've put that video up. That is my most important video on the YouTube channel, is the BCR and TC technique all in one. I can't emphasize that enough, right? If you guys have not watched it yet, go watch it. And if you guys have watched it, share it with your friends, right? Share it on social media. That's such an important video, okay? This is what's going to heal you guys. When you're doing your own healing work, you're doing love energy, you're working with spirit, you're commanding that love energy like a genie, like a servant, and saying, hey, I'm ready to let go of this now. I brought it into forgiveness. Love energy, take care of it. Done. Gone. Within seconds, okay? It's miraculous. It's amazing. Why do I know this? Because I do it all the time, right? Experiencing miracles daily. And really, miracles are just a simple thing. We call it that, but it is actually just a very, very natural thing. Okay? Thank you guys for all of your healing requests. Again, if you want to look back into last week's New Earth Teachings Live as well, too, there is a group healing that I do there. And you can use that if I didn't get around to you today. Just go ahead and do that guided meditation in last week's episode of New Earth Teachings Live, and you can take advantage of that, okay, should you require further healing. All right. Thank you very much. And we will now move on into Q&A. Let me just go up here a bit more. Okay. Okay, Rainbow Sun said that her mother is here with her. Oh, good. She's listening now. Great, great. I hope she's got that message. So, positive energy, okay? Positive energy only. That's what you got to do. Lots of love energy, and that will clear. A lot of forgiveness work to do as well, too, okay? That's exactly why these things happen, right? We're holding on to things. We're burying things. We want to clear it out. We want to give it love, okay? Give yourself permission to love completely and fully to the greatest ways that you can. Okay? Can't emphasize that enough. All right. Okay, Soul Kitten says here, hi Brad, could you ask Adronis to explain the difference between a toroidal field and a Merkaba? Okay, one moment. Soul Star. Sirius. Adronis. We are here. At this time, we bid you greetings and thank you very much, Soul Kitten, for your question. As it relates to the difference between a toroidal field and a Merkaba, well, there really is no difference because they're one and the same. So when you're looking at that, you're looking at layers. You are looking at different perspectives. The toroidal field in that sense has what you would know as a north pole, a south pole. It also has in that sense to what you would know as its halves of itself, as does the Merkaba in that sense. So when you put the Merkaba directly into the toroidal field, it's another layer, it's another dimension that you are moving into in that sense. So the Merkaba is very much a part of the toroidal field. The toroidal field is very much a part of the Merkaba. So again, you're only looking at layers, but really, geometrically speaking, as it relates to the nature of the whole, they are one and the same thing. All right, what you decide to look at is based upon the nature of dimensions you wish to observe, because you can see the Merkaba inside the toroidal field. You can feel the toroidal field flowing through the Merkaba. So they are one and the same. We thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Adronis, and thank you very much, Soul Kitten, for your question. Okay. Robin says, is there going to be a food shortage in the next few years due to the flooded farmlands worldwide? I'm not getting that. No, because with every problem, there's always going to be a solution, okay? There's a lot of flooding that's going on, yes, but there's also going to be a lot of new ideas, a lot of new cultivations. This world has been facing food shortages for many decades in that way. But again, through the ingenuity and through the innovation of people, we are able to pull through. Now, here's the thing, and we have to get out of this mentality as well, too, is believing that the world is finite, okay? If you believe the world is finite, you are greatly limiting yourself altogether. You have to understand that everything is available. The earth provides. So when you are very much in harmony with the earth, and you know that you want to cultivate food, the earth will fully support that. You will know that, again, where there's food shortages, you simply see food in great abundance, and it will come. It will come into your reality. You have to look into all of these different pockets and all these different dimensions and everything that represents the fabrics in between reality. It's like a kaleidoscope. So if I have a piece of pie right here, I'm looking at a kaleidoscope view of an infinite amount of pieces of pie that's all around me as well too. And the universe will provide that. How is that being brought into the equation? Through our own intention, through our own thanks, through our own love, through our own nature of grand abundance. Okay? The universe is infinitely abundant. We want to get into that mentality. Whether you think that there's a shortage of something, that's exactly what you're putting into the earth. Oh, well, there's a shortage of this, and so we're not gonna survive with that. Well, you're putting that out there because of ignorance. Okay? You want to get into the nature of the infinite and saying the earth always provides. There will always be food for everybody. Okay? If the entire world thought in that mentality, we wouldn't have any food shortages, right? You would have piles and piles of food, whether it's grains, rice, right? Whether it's fruits, vegetables, whatever it is. Piles and piles would come together. How do you think Jesus was able to manifest all of the bread and the fish, right? To feed all the people. And that could have continued up into infinity, right? Here's more bread. Here's more fish. Here's more bread. Here's more fish. Here's more bread. Here's more fish. Okay? That is not a fairy tale story, guys. That actually happens. Okay? You read in Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East. They're able to do this. Okay? And they're able to manifest all of these infinite supplies of whatever it is that they require. This is why they don't use money. They can manifest money right in their pocket. Right? Okay, that'll be $15 for a restaurant bill. Psst, here you go. Given to them. They didn't even have money in their pocket before, and it came right out. This is very, very true. You want to get into the complement of the infinite, right? Not into finite. Finite gets you nowhere, and finite is caused by ignorance. So, the more that you work with infinities, when you work at the infinity of a delicious cake, or a delicious pie, or fruit, or vegetables in that way, and you notice that the universe will always supply through the earth, it will always happen. God is working with me, and God always provides. You can never logically, rationally explain how these things just come into being because you're not meant to, right? It's a hologram. It's a picture within a picture within a picture within a picture. Therefore, the same thing with our items, with our foods, are pictures within pictures within pictures within pictures. And you keep manifesting that, and it just comes together in states of supply. You don't know where it comes from, but it comes from the universe, right? It comes from all these different dimensions. It comes through the idea of being able to replicate because we follow spiritual fact, okay? As long as spiritual fact exists, we're going to have an infinite supply of everything. What is spiritual fact? That which is known to exist does exist, okay? You work with spiritual fact. You know what an apple pie looks like, right? And so you could have an infinite supply of apple pies. And you can feed the entire world with that, 8 billion people. All the same apple pie. Looks exactly the same, tastes amazing, etc. Right? Same with apples, same with bananas, broccoli, right? Cauliflower, carrots, everything. Okay? I have a little sparkling water right here, right? Brand name, everything like that. You can open up, see all these different dimensions where this exists, pulls it right out, gives it to a person. Here you go. Here's a sparkling water for you. Okay? That is the complement of spiritual fact. You work with spiritual fact because spiritual fact works together with infinites. If it is in existence, it is known, it will exist, and it will continue to exist, and it can exist abundantly for as long as we need it to. All right? And you're giving it to people. You're in the spirit of giving. Right? So that's the law of reward, as I've talked about. We work with the law of reward. We give thanks. We give appreciation. We give gratitude to God, to Spirit. And we can now start to bring about these abundances of great food supply, okay? Do not get hooked into finite supply. That's thinking like a man, okay? No offense, but thinking like a man is idiotic. It has no power to it, all right? You got to start thinking like a god. You got to start thinking like how Spirit would think. Here it is, an infinite supply. It's done. Human power has no power at all. It is God that has the power, and through you, God's power is exercised, is worked with. Okay? So let's remember that, everybody. Think in infinites. Think with spiritual fact. Do not think in finite, because that is egoic, and that is limiting. And that's what causes suffering. It's lack, right? If we say everything is in shortage, it's in shortage and supply, well, all you're doing is aligning and subscribing to lack. You're putting all this lack, you're putting all this suffering. And lack really is stupid, right? Don't use it. Get it out of you. It's a poison. Psh, goodbye. I talk to my body. I talk to my reality. I talk to God. And now the infinites come in, right? Just like this. Infinite symbol. Everything is provided for infinitely, okay? Very important for us to remember. So thank you very much for your question there. Let's go ahead and move down. Thank you, Robin, again for your question. This is just from Kai Kelly. It's more of a comment. Just, hi, Brad Adronis. Just thought two of you know that today I moved into my first home share today. I've you any advice for 20 years old? I'm not too sure of the question here. If you were my age again and I'd be starting to implement your work on YouTube, well, just keep implementing the work. It's exactly what I shared with Robin here. Okay, think in infinites. Look in abundance. Look in love. Guys, all the advice that I give you guys is not rocket science. Okay? Everything that you find on my channel is so godly simple that it doesn't need clarification in advanced logic. Okay? That's what you guys look for. Like, I hope Brad has something really, really complicated that will really liberate me. You cannot liberate yourselves with the complicated. Okay? If you're a young person starting out, then yes, absolutely follow these teachings, follow these sharings, because they're not my teachings. They're God's teachings. Okay? And that's what's important to realize, is that, okay, here's the BCR technique. It's so simple. I put love energy into myself. God, I wish it was more complicated. I wish it was like so unbelievably hard to figure out. Then maybe I might be able to give credence to it, right? Get out of that, right? That is lack. Whenever you're playing with complexity, you're still playing with lack, okay? Get out of lack. Be on a lack-free diet, okay? Be on a love-enriching diet, okay? And that comes through the food you eat. That comes from the exercise you do. That comes from the mind that you work with. That comes from the soul that you are. That comes from the spirit that is your nature, okay? Work with love. Keep things simple. Keep it simple, sweetheart. Okay? The KISS understanding. Okay? Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. All right? It is that simple. Let's make things simple. The complicated doesn't work. You've tried it. It sucks. Scrump it up. Throw it away. Little basketball hoop there. 3 points. Okay? Throw that away. Science of the simple. Keep it simple. Keep working with these things. Whatever I want to bring into my reality, it can be done. I go to God. Less self, more God. Less self, more God. Okay? Get God to do everything for you. Okay? Because you are God. Right? And really, when you feel that, you're free. You're boundless. You are not shackled down anymore. The universe is yours. Everything is yours. Okay? Act like it. That's the most important thing I can share to all of you guys. These teachings are simple because they're from God. All right? Okay, let me just go down the list here. Someone from Axe says, who's the richest man of all time? How rich were they? How did get all that money? And how did someone surpass that type of wealth in this day of age? That person's not rich, right? That's, again, a finite understanding. Because a person has a lot of money in their bank account, maybe it's like the CEO of Amazon right now, I think is the richest guy in the world right now, doesn't mean he's rich, okay? I don't care how much money you got in a bank account. I don't care if you own 20 houses. I don't care if you got 50 yachts, whatever. That does not make you a rich person. What makes you a rich person is in here, right? It is your heart. It is your soul. It is your beingness, right? Now, for a person to get into that particular type of mentality, they do not do it on their own. They work together with other people. This is like what I've talked about with Trump, right? People say, oh, Trump's a hero and stuff. No, guys, he's not. We are, all of us, right? A person requires other people to become great, okay? That's basically how that person gets risen to glory, because they work with people, they know how to talk to people, they build rapport with people, they have relationships with people, and it's through those people, it's through their strong connection, their strong networks with all these other people, that they are able to be risen to a state of glory, all right? And maybe they do get billions of dollars, right? Because they know people, they network, they connect, they have ideas, they have innovations, and now they start sharing that with the entire planet. It's not about you sitting on your couch, with a scratch and win ticket. Hey, I won $10 million. Great. But do you see yourself as that worthiness of having that type of financial wealth? Well, maybe not. And then you'll lose it pretty quickly, okay? You want to be aware of that, right? Financial wealth is not everything, right? That's what you guys feel is like your golden ticket to life. And why do you think millionaires come out and say, money is not what's going to bring you happiness. Here I am. I got $30 million. I got $50 million. I'm completely miserable, right? So you think that's going to save you? It's not, right? The richness is in here. The richness is with God. The richness is with the compassion, is with the work that you do with others. It's not about celebrating one person, okay? That is lack. And you got to get that out. Okay, it's not about Donald Trump. It's not about the CEO of Amazon. Think, oh my God, they got all this, they got this. It's because of all the connections, of all the people that they work with. It's because of their companions. It's because of their helpers. It's because of their friends. It's because of their family. It's with everybody else that represents their association in a conglomerate. And so there's as much thanks to all those people that are helping them to get them to where they are. Sure, they're a public figure. They may stand out in that particular way and they have great charisma. But that's, again, all part of the role that they're playing. We brought those people here. Okay? You guys brought Trump into the office. You guys made this, I can't remember his name, the CEO of Amazon, what he is. Okay? All of us are responsible for that because that's all part of the ties and the connections that they have to being lifted up into glory. All right? So please remember that. You got to get out of these limiting, confining, lack beliefs about how one person did it all and didn't need anybody else. If that person was like that, he wouldn't get anywhere. You need to work together with people on this planet. You need to form associations. You need to form relationships. You need to form rapport. You need to bring all of this about to really move into that state of greatness. Okay, that's what it's all about. Science of the simple, guys. That's what I'm telling you, right? It's a good one. Some people are so poor, all they have is money. There you go, right? And that's true. That's the true poverty, right? You could have $1 billion in your bank account, but you're so absolutely miserable because you're poor. You're impoverished inside, right? It's little funny money that you create, that you have in your wallet, in your bank account. Okay, sure, it's there. Is that bringing you happiness? No, I'm starved. I'm rotting inside. Exactly. You need to open your heart. You need to bring love in. You need to work with spirit. You need to work with God. You need to start doing kindness. Work with kindness throughout the entire planet. And that's what's going to make you rich. Okay? The richest people are the people who are your servants, who are slaves. Okay? It goes back to what Jesus said. The one who is greatest among you will be your servant, and the one who is first will be your slave. Okay? Those are the greatest people. Okay? Those are the greatest people. It's not your CEO of Amazon. It's not Donald Trump. Okay? It's not any of those guys. A person who will basically be in complete and total service to you without asking anything in return is one of the greatest people you could ever meet. Okay? That's a great person. That's a rich person. Okay? They will be your slave. They'll do all these things because all that matters to them is God. All that matters to them is love. Helping out everybody else because they see everybody else as themselves. Right? So that servant, that slave who does this slavery of love work is the greatest person. Okay? And if you don't get that, you need to look into this a little bit more. Okay? I can't explain it to you. You have to feel it for yourself. Okay. We're almost out of time, so we'll probably do about 2 more questions here. If there is time, this is from Mark. Can Adronis comment about the reports of these children being rescued and what darkness will be exposed before the elections? Sometimes we're not meant to pull those things out of a hat, guys, right? Sometimes it's very, very important that we have to keep things secret. I have talked about this before. It's not that I say I won't get Adronis to come in. I will in a minute. But again, you guys want to know a lot of things before they happen, and a lot of things aren't meant to have that because basically it's being in a type of exposure, okay? If Adronis comes out and starts sharing specifics about what is actually going to be exposed, that can be jeopardized, okay? And it can be jeopardized through a simple YouTube channel like this because it'll get out, people start passing the word, and like I said, there's a lot of infiltration. It's not just that, it's also a manifestation law, okay? We cannot always say, well, here's the cat in the hat. Here's me pulling out the hat, and this is exactly what's going to get exposed in great detail. No, you sabotage a timeline by doing that, okay? This is why certain things are kept in somewhat of a vague fashion, right? Especially if it's an important collective event. This is why collective events in the ancient past through prophecy have often come through certain degrees of metaphors, right? Certain forms of enigmatic riddles in that way to preserve it so that it cannot be sabotaged, okay? So, I mean, I could share this. If you want Adronis to talk about it, that's fine, but I can share about it as well too. I'll bring him in. But this is, again, just something that you guys need to know. You're not really meant to know everything relating to what the collective is. When you receive that yourself, that's up to you to say, okay, well, I'll keep that with me. Or if I share that with somebody else. If I do share that with somebody else, it'll be enigmatic, right? It'll be a riddle. It will not be something that will give away. Riddles are codes of protection to preserve a particular form of prophecy to come to pass. Okay, because it's important. There's something there that will elevate the human consciousness, that will elevate the collective consciousness. And that's why it's done in riddles. There's times where I've done the Earth Intelligence Report, and certain things have been done in riddles. Okay? And it's done that way to preserve the prophecy, to preserve the prediction, so that it does not get sabotaged by being very direct and just saying, can't you just come out and tell me what this is? No, I can't. Because if I do, it'll get sabotaged. And something that we are all working very, very diligently towards could therefore poof away like a cloud of smoke, and it may not come until much later now. Everything in regards to what is about to happen is safeguarded. And this is, again, why there are certain forms of prophecies that are encompassed in riddles. All right? So the idea about what darkness will be exposed before the elections, guys, you're already seeing it. It's all around you about what's being exposed. Okay? Everything is being exposed. There's not one rock that's being unturned here. And that's going to continue into 2021. All right? But let me bring Adronis in, and he'll talk to you more about this. He'll probably be a lot more direct about it. But I'll bring him in, since that's a request. Okay? 1 second, guys. We thank you very much, Mark, for your question. As it relates to the children that are being rescued in that sense, yes, many of these in that sense are different locations, and they are often discovered in desert areas, all right? Underground bunkers in that particular way. There have been certain forms of infiltrations that have taken place to where children are being rescued, they are being attended to, and they are being returned back to their families, all right? It is not a very large number, but there are those in that sense who have been able to give intel regarding to where many of these children are. Now, in the effect in regards to what has actually happened to these children have actually been quite horrific. There are actually some children in that sense who have in that sense lost limbs, all right? And there are children that are heavily traumatized and will require a great deal of counseling assistance relating to, again, effects that have taken place through another agenda. Now, we will not get too deeply into it, but it is often coming forward through the idea of many of these installations contained within deserts, existing within your own United States of America, all right, to where these children are basically herded like cattle. And therefore, they are being rescued. They are being taken out of these places. They are being treated for injuries. They are going to be helped with, and they will be returning to family. But of course, there will be a lot of assistance given to them in the times to follow. Again, the second part of your question relates to the idea of exposure, about what dark agendas. You've already discovered it. The idea in that sense pertaining to trafficking. The idea relating to pedophilia. Yes, all of this is going to extend on a much more grander level because this is all meant to be brought out into the public exposure because it's helping yourselves along seeing something quite traumatic, but therefore taking action to ensure that this does not happen anymore. This is why there are going to be new forms of establishments, new foundations, new organizations that are going to be put in place to prevent these things from happening. There will be increases as it relates to neighborhood watches, for example. There will be a lot more assistance relating to families who have lost a child, either through abduction or any other means. So these organizations, all innovated by people, will be brought forward in the times ahead. 2020 is your year of exposure. Everything's being exposed. 2021 is a year of transition, which means there will be a lot of taking down of those who have been exposed. People who are exposed will therefore be worked together in being taken down from their seats of power. That's what's going to happen. All right? That is what we can elaborate in regards to what's happening right now. And again, as Brad put it, we would agree that many of these things are going to, again, go into a type of silence so that they can therefore be fulfilled. For any giveaway in that sense loses an opportunity for this to actually take place at the ripe time for it to happen. All right? That is what we can elaborate in regards to this information. We thank you. Okay, thank you, Adronis, and thank you, Mark, for your question. So we'll take one more question, guys, and we're going to wrap up. Okay. Someone says, Kylo Ren says, hello, Brad. Will there be a new power structure in Iran in 2021? It's hard to say if it'll be in 2021. But yes, there will be a lot of overhaul. There'll be a lot of overhauling coming together. I would say 2021 is a little too soon, but I'd say if we start to move in more into the mid part of the decade, there will be a lot more opportunity for that. There's a lot of cleanup that needs to happen, right? There's a lot of infiltration, as Adronis was talking about, that needs to take place. There needs to be further exposures as well, too, that needs to happen more on a worldwide stage. So looking at that right now would be a little premature, okay? There needs to be a lot more exposure happening to basically dethrone people who are not supposed to be in power and therefore replacing it. So yes, as we get more into the decade, as we get maybe around to the midpoint of the decade, we can see that happening. But right now, that would be a little too premature for any kind of new structure in Iran to take place in 2021. But a little bit more, a few more years down the road, I would say altogether. Okay? Thank you, guys. Thank you all for your healing requests today. Thank you all for your Q&A. And again, I will be back next week, next Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, for doing more healing requests and Q&A with Adronis. There was something that I forgot to... There we go. I knew I forgot an announcement this morning before I came on. Adronis Guidance to Contact, okay? Manifesting Personal ET Experiences. This is going to be a really exciting webinar, okay? This is taking place Sunday, September 27th, okay? 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern on Zoom, okay? You can go to newearthteachings.com and you can register, okay? Again, all the registration proceeds will be going to the Mind Deck, for the Healing Code Cards Mind Deck, to print those out, because like I said, they are quite pricey. So again, to register, go to newearthteachings.com. There will be Q&A available with Adronis as well too, just like our last one. I'm currently creating a Vimeo account, a paid Vimeo account where people can actually look at the webinars. And again, like I said, that is, it will be $4.99 for people to view the recordings. But like I said, all of that is going towards the Healing Code Cards Mind Deck, right? Because I want to print out a lot of them. And I also want to print out a lot more of the body deck as well too, and really just get that out there. Okay, so that Vimeo account will be up here very, very soon. And that is where the webinars recordings will be stored. All right. So again, Guidance to Contact with Adronis happening on September 27th. Go to newearthteachings.com and you can register. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Really appreciate it. I enjoyed our broadcast, and I'll see you all next week. Take care. Namaste, and may it be well with you.